Hi everyone, welcome to my Flight Attendant Pan Am look for today. It's very simple. I'm going to show you in the tutorial next what I used, and it's really about this winged out liner, a couple false lashes, and very just pinky cheek and lip. And I'm very excited for this show to come out. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I love the fashion. I love the glamorous era of the 1960s, and just kind of getting caught up in the whole, drama that this show is going to have. So if you want to see how to do this look and kind of be a little bit more 1960s classic, and it's a very simple look. It's not going to take you too long to do it. The proper products that I used are very easy to basically create this winged out look, and I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, here we go. We're going to be doing primer all over the eye because this is basically a really kind of like pinky, very nude eye. Just getting a little bit of this eyeshadow on to give it a really nice, smooth, kind of matte and neutral eye, because it's really about the liner. It's about that winged out liner. So I'm going to go into these two different colors from Fresh Beauty Studio's Soft Yet Sexy palette, just these two at the top. I'm going to first go into this petal color and go all over, all the way up to my brow bone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on the actual lid with the same brush, this nice kind of taupe color, and just kind of get it to be really nice and neutral and not too much. I mean, basically I just want to have a nice nude eyelid. And then I'm going to take this MAC RapidBlack. It's a really easy fine point tip for my liner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle of my eye, and I'm going to just kind of map it out first and take it out, and then really go back in and fill it in. But I want to slowly build and kind of get a perfect line in the sense of where I'm going to go, as you can see on this other eye. So I don't want to you can do it, this is my take on this more retro look. I'm kind of making it a little bit more modern. I didn't want it to be like one big thick winged out line. I just really wanted it to be a little bit more kind of modern and not too overwhelming to the eye in the actual line. So I'm going to just keep tracing across my eye here. You can pull it out a little bit to kind of give a little bit extra help to making this line. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make it a little bit darker and a little bit more prominent with a different brush and using a black powder eyeshadow. Alright, so you can see that I used just this RapidBlack. So I just basically did your basic winged out liner here. You can go as far as you want. I'm going to take it out a little bit more when I show you this other technique I'm going to do over it after I curl my lashes with my Shuamura. And then I'll put on some mascara, and then I'm going to go over with just a little bit of this dark eyeshadow. And it's coming from the palette for Fresh Beauty Studio Diamonds Darling. It's a really beautiful black here. And I'm going to take, this is my MAC 22 brush, it's angled. I'm going to just dip it into this black, and I'm going to go over this line because I really want to make it dark, and I'm going to just wing it out just a little bit more. So I have a little bit more of a control with this brush. So I'm going to go just really close over what the line I just created, and then winging it out. And then I'm not going to put any on the bottom. I'm going to take my Blackout from Dior, and I'm going to do lots of mascara. I'm going to add in some false lashes since that was very big in the 60s. You can do side winged corner lashes too if you wanted to. I'm just going to add in some extra little lashes just to give that more winged out look. And then I'm going to put on some foundation and do this really nice blush pink cheeks. Very natural in this lip. We'll pull the look all together. Okay, so I'm going to just use my True Match from Loreal in C3, and I'm going to just buff this on my face like I've shown you in my other videos, just to kind of get a very polished look. This is my MAC brush 109. I always get that wrong when I do that. So when I tell you, because it's always faded because I use my brushes so much. So I'm going to just buff my skin to erase any of these imperfections that you can see. I was struggling with my skin this past couple
day, so we'll just get a nice even skin tone. You want to make sure you take this down to your neck past your jawbone because you don't want any demarcation where you stop, and if you're any slightly different, you don't want to have it to be a little bit more bronze and then have a really white neck. So if you just bring it down, you can definitely avoid that issue. Alrighty, underneath my eyes. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on a little bit of those false lashes real quick. I'm literally going to put on like 4. These are the Ardell lashes. They're medium. They're black. I take a little eye duo, which is the only lash glue you should be using on your eyes. I use the white that turns clear. Just a little spot on my hand here. And I'm going to just take them off in the tweezer, and I dip just a tip in, and then I basically will put it in. I know it's going to be, you're not super close to me, but you want to just go to the base, you want to feel it, and then you're going to let it go. You don't want to play around with it too much because you keep altering these, they're going to move around and you're going to get frustrated, and they're going to fall off and they're going to twist. So it really just takes a steady hand. Don't worry about getting too much glue when you can see the white because it'll dry clear. So I'm just going to do them so they're going to be just more winged out on the side. I could have done the corner lashes if I wanted to, but I just opted to do these individuals. And then, so I basically have done like 4. And then I'm going to just like wait until they dry because they're a little bit more pliable when they're a little bit more dry, and you can kind of play around with them and get them where you want to get them. Alright, so for my lips, I'm going to use from Fresh Beauty Studio this lip liner. It's in GLacier Pink. It looks a little, I think it just broke, but I'm not going to sharpen it because I don't want a really sharp line to my lips. I really want this to be like a nice blush. And if you look at their makeup in this movie, the Pan Am flight attendants, it's very natural, but it's also very classic. So I'm going to use from Stila, I'm going to be using their lip glaze in Watermelon. It's a really pretty blush color. And I'm going to just get a nice gloss on here. Their lips are not glossy, but they're a little bit more matte, so you can put this on and then matte it out if you wanted to. But the point is that you're just getting a really nice colored lip. For the cheeks, I'm going to take my Fresh Beauty Studio palette. This is in our Mauve collection. I'm going to take one of these really nice pink. I'm going to take actually this middle one here. And I'm going to grab one of my blush brushes. I'm not going to do bronzer today. I'm just going to put it right in the apples of my cheeks. I can take this down, and this is a great trick for you girls. If you put on too much and you're like, oh no, it seemed a little blotchy, I'm not crazy about it, just take your foundation brush again. You don't have to have foundation on it, and just, because it'll still have it on from your application, and just work it into the skin. So you have this like really nice, very natural but classic, very pretty winged out with just a little bit of lashes, and you can think about being a little bit of a flight attendant or flying first class international. Actually, too, I have on Essie Mink Muffs, which would not be the color I would choose. I would definitely choose something like this butter color, which is called Teddy Girl. It's much more of the feel I would want to with this look with pearls and wearing more of a retro 60s dress. And that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you later.